So we continue with sum number 14 now. So sum number 14 of the exercise for work energy power, second part, regarding the different types of energy. So we are done till sum number 13 in the previous video. We now take up the sum number 14. So sum number 14. A car is running at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour while another car is moving at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour. Find the ratio of their kinetic energies. Okay. So first we have got is they are given that another car, similar car. So we'll consider that M1 is equals to M and M2 is equals to M. We have V1 is equals to 15 kilometers per hour and V2 is equals to 45 kilometers per hour. Now, first thing what would come in your mind is that सब कुछ kilometer per hour में नहीं होना चाहिए. This should be in meter per second. But don't worry, it's a ratio. When you are going to have a ratio, what will happen is that when you are converting this kilometer per hour to meter per second, you are just going to simply multiply by 5 upon 18. So 5 upon multiplying over here also and here also, it is going to get cancelled. So there is no need of changing the units because it's a ratio. If this would have been to find out the value, that is, but because over here it's to find the ratio, I would not require to convert this into meter per second. So it is K1 upon K2 is equals to half M1 V1 square upon half M2 V2 square. Half gets cancelled. M is going to be M into 15 into 15 upon M into 45 into 45. So that gives me 3 is a 15, 3 is a 45. That's 1 upon 9. Therefore K1 is to K2 is 1 is to 9. Simple. So this was sum number 14. So up till now whatever sums were there were related to ratios. So because it was related to ratio, we had to just directly take the ratio without any problem. But now there will be questions related to actual calculation. So let's see sum number 15. Right, sum number 15. Clear. A ball of mass 0.5 kg slows down from a speed of 5 meter per second to 3 meter per second. Calculate the change in the kinetic energy of the ball. So we have over here that the ball is given as 0.5 kg. We have got velocity 1, V1 was 5 meter per second, but it slowed down to V2 as 3 meter per second. You know that the change in kinetic, you need to find out the change in kinetic energy. So change in kinetic energy is going to be half mv1 square minus half mv2 square. So that's going to be half mv1 square minus v2 square. So that's half into 0.5 is also half. So I'll put it as half, or let's not a problem. We'll make it 0.5 only. And here it is 5 square minus 3 square. So that's going to be 1 upon 2, or I can directly write over here 0.5 upon 2 into, this is 25 minus 9. So that's 0.5 upon 2 into 16. Right, so that gives me 8 over here. 8 into 0.5 will be 4 joules. So the change in kinetic energy will be 4 joules. So that's the change in the kinetic energy of the body, of the ball. And yeah, that will be decreasing. Yeah, you need to write decrease by. So it will be decrease of 4 joules. So that's important to write over there because we asked the change. So you need to write that change was in the increasing order or the decreasing order. So that's why the answer should have this decrease also. We now move on to sum number 16. Okay. A cannonball of mass 500 grams is fired with a speed of 15 meter per second. Find the kinetic energy and its momentum. So you got two things over here. First is mass is equals to 500 grams. Remember, grams, it should be kg. So therefore it will be 500 upon 1000 kg. The next we have got is it's moving at a velocity of 15 meter per second. So V is equals to 15 meter per second. So that means the kinetic energy is K is equals to half mv square. So it's 1 upon 2 into 500 upon 1000 into 15 into 15. That makes us 2 like this. So it will be 225 upon 4. So that makes it as 56.25 joule. The next question is momentum. I need to find out the momentum. What is momentum? Mass into velocity. So mass is 500 upon 1000 into velocity is 15. So this was 2. That is 15 upon 2 is equal to 7.5. That is nothing but kg meter per second. That's the momentum. Okay, this was one answer. This was the second answer. That was sum number 16. We now move on to sum number 17. A body of mass 10 kg is moving with a velocity of 20 meter per second. If the mass of the body is doubled and its velocity is halved, find the initial kinetic energy and the final kinetic energy. So first thing is initial. M is equals to 10 kg. Velocity is equals to 20 meter per second. So K initial is equals to half into mv square is equals to half into 10 into 20 into 20. That's going to be 2000 joule. So K initial is 2000 joule. That's the first part. Now the second part, final. What has happened? The mass has now, they said that if the mass of the body is doubled, so now the mass is doubled, so 2 into 10 is equals to 20 kg. And the velocity is halved. The velocity is halved, that means 1 upon 2 into 20 is equals to 10 meter per second. So what will be K final? K final will be equal to half mv square is half into 20 into 10 into 10. That gives me as 1000 joule. So that's the kinetic energy final. So K final is going to be 1000 joule. Are we clear? Very easy sums, just application of formula and nothing else, right? We move on to sum number 18. A truck weighing 1000 kgf changes its speed from 36 km per hour to 72 km per hour in 2 minutes. Calculate the work done by the engine and its power. Okay. So what we have is mass is equals to 1000 kgf. V1 is equals to 36 kilometers per hour. So that is nothing but 36 into 5 upon 18. So that's 10 meter per second. V2 is 72 kilometers per hour. That is equals to 72 into 5 upon 18. That's 20 meter per second. First question is find the work done. For work done, we have work is equals to, so we'll say by work energy theorem, W is equals to K initial or K final minus K initial. So that is nothing but half m v square minus v2 square minus v1 square. That is the formula what we had for the work energy theorem. So this is that formula. So that gives me half into mass is 1000 into v square is 20 square minus 10 square. So that's 500. So 500 into 400 minus 100. So that's 500 into 300 is equals to 151234 joule. The work done is, you can write it in the ratio in the form of 1.5 into 10 raised to 5 joule. Okay, that is the work done. The next thing what they asked us is the power. Now power is work upon time. So we have the time is given to you, T is equals to 2 minutes is equals to 2 into 60 seconds. It's 120 seconds. Power is equals to work upon time. So work is 151234 upon 120. Okay. 0 0 cancels, 12 1s are 12, 30 will be 2s are 24, 60 will be 5 and then one more 0. So that gives me as 1250 watt. Okay, that was sum number 18. We now move on to sum number 19. So quite an easy sum, but first time we are using the work energy theorem over here. We found out the difference in the kinetic energy and that was the work done. Okay. Very rarely you get sums based on work energy theorem. So many a times that when you practice, you forget that this was related to work energy theorem and hence you miss out on the practice. So when it comes in the examination, you get confused that how will you find it out and make mistakes. So that's why do mark this particular question properly, that it was sum number 18 was related to work energy theorem. We now move on to sum number 19. A body of mass 60 kg has a momentum of 3000 kg per meter square. So it is m is equals to 60 kg and the momentum P is equals to 3000, right? Is it 3000? Yeah, 3000 kg meter per second. You need to find out the kinetic energy and the speed. So we need to find out the K. So we know that K, the formula for kinetic energy as per this particular thing will be K is equals to P square upon 2m. So it will be P square upon 2m. So that will give me 3000 into 3000 upon 2 into 60. Okay. So that gives me as 6 will be 50s and this is 25s. So it will be 75000 joule will be the kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy over here will be 75000 joule. And the next thing is about the speed. So we know that K is equals to half mv square. So we have that 75000 is half into 60 into v square. So that is 75000 into 2 upon 60 is equals to v square. So this gets cancelled here. This is 3s and then this is 25s. So that means v square is equals to 2500. So v is equals to 50 meter per second. So that will be 50 meter per second for sum number 19, right? We now move on to sum number 20. So that's sum number 20. How much work is needed to be done on a ball of mass 50 grams to give it a momentum of 5 kg meter per second? So we have got over here the mass is equals to 50 grams. So I know that it will be 50 upon 1000 kg. They are given that momentum P is equals to 5 kg meter per second. So that will be the momentum over here. We need to find out the work done. So, right, that is the work done. Find out the moment. Find the work done. Now, work done is nothing but the kinetic energy, right? So we can say over here that work or K. First of all, let us find out K. K is equals to P square upon 2m. So that will be 5 into 5 upon 2 into 50 upon 1000. So 1000 will go here. So 0, 0 cancels, 5, 5 cancels. This will be 50. So that will be 250 joule. So now K, we know that kinetic energy is equals to work done. Therefore, work is equals to 250 joule. Okay, so that was the sum, that the work done is 250 joule. We now move on to sum number 21. Sum number 21. How much energy is gained by a box of mass 20 kg when a man carrying a box waits for 5 minutes on for a bus, runs carrying the box with the speed of 3 meters per second, and raises the box to 0.5 meters in order to place it? So there are 3 questions over here. So let us see one by one. First of all, they are given that the mass is equals to 20 kg. The mass, what the man is holding, is 20 kg. He carries the box, waits for 5 minutes for a bus. So first one is waits 5 minutes for bus. So you can see displacement. We know that we need to find out the energy. So energy is equals to work done, and we know that work done is equals to M, or we can say M into G into H, or we can say is equals to F into S. So S is equals to 0 because no displacement. Therefore, work done, or we can say the work done. Yeah, that's the work done. Energy. So therefore, energy is equals to 0. Because the displacement is 0, the energy will be 0. So that is the first part of this particular thing, that will be 0. You see the second part, that is B part. Sorry, it is AB. So A and B. Runs carrying the box with a speed of 3 meters per second to catch the bus. So now velocity is given as 3 meters per second. So accordingly, the energy K will be equal to half mv square, is half into 20 into 3 into 3. So that gives me as 90 joule. So the energy which is going to be gained by the body when he is running at the speed of 3 meters per second is going to be 90 joule. The third thing is raises. He is raising the box at a height of 0.5 meter. यानी बस के अंदर जाता है और वो ऊपर रखता है उसको, right? So that is how he is going to see that the C part is, we know that H is equals to 0.5 meters. So U is equals to mgh. So it's 20, and they are taken to G to be 10. So it is 10 into 0.5. That is going to be 100 joule. So that's the third answer. That is the energy gained by the box when he is placing it at a height of 0.5 meters in the bus is 100 joule. Clear? We move on to the second last question, sum number 22. Okay. A bullet of mass 50 grams is moving with a velocity of 500 meter per second. It penetrates 10 centimeters in a still target and comes to rest. So the kinetic energy, we need to find out the kinetic energy possessed by the bullet and the average retarding force offered by the target. Okay, so let's see. The first thing is mass is equals to 50 grams is equals to 50 upon 1000 kg. They have given us the velocity with which it is traveling is 500 meters per second. So the kinetic energy what the body will be possessing or the bullet will be possessing will be half mv square. It's going to be half into 50 upon 1000 into 500 into 500. So that gives me over here this two zeros cancel with here and this cancel here, and this 2 cancels with this one as 250. So this will be 250 into 5 into 5. So 250 into 25 is 6250. 6250. Yeah, 6250 joule. That's the kinetic energy. You need to find out the retarding force. So we see over here the K is equals to work done. Therefore W is equals to F into S. Now they are given the S to be as 10 centimeters. S is equals to 10 centimeters is equals to 10 upon 100 meters. So accordingly, work done is 6250 is equals to F is what we need to find out, and this is 10 upon 100. So this 10 comes here, so F is equals to 62500 Newton. That's the answer. So you can see how things can be interrelated. Over here we were talking about kinetic energy and suddenly they are asking us the force, that is the resistive force or the retarding force. Now the retarding force, you have to just keep yourself focused that what is the kinetic energy we have got. It is nothing but the work done. So what is work done? F into S. What will be the force in that F into S? It is nothing but the retarding force. So that retarding force over here is what we need to find out is W is equal to F into S. W is 6250 and S is 1 upon 10. So accordingly it will be 62500 Newton. Okay, that was sum number 22. We move on to the last sum, that is sum number 23. So sum number 23. A spring is kept compressed by a small trolley of mass 0.5 kg. So the mass is 0.5 kg. So the spring is compressed by a mass of 0.5 kg lying on a smooth horizontal surface as shown in the adjacent figure. When the trolley is released, it is found to move at a velocity of 2 meter per second. So the velocity is equal to 2 meter per second. What potential energy did the spring possess when compressed? So we now know over here that the potential energy U is equal to kinetic energy in motion. Potential energy is equal to kinetic energy in motion because the complete potential energy of the spring got converted into kinetic energy because it is given that it's a smooth layer, smooth horizontal surface. So there is no taking into consideration the friction or anything because they are not asked us to take into consideration. So the complete potential energy is of the spring got converted into kinetic energy, and kinetic energy we know that kinetic energy K is equals to half mv square. So that will give me half into 0.5 into 2 into 2. So that gives me 1 joule. Therefore potential energy of spring is equals to 1 joule. So that was the answer, 1 joule or 1.0 joule. You can write whatever you want. 1 is enough. So that was the sum number 23, and here we come to the end of the second part of the chapter, work, power, energy. Now the next part of the chapter is about the conservation of the energy, and we also have certain 6 numericals of that. So I think in the next 2 or 3 videos we should be able to complete this part of chapter, hence completing the whole chapter. So that was about the second part of work energy power.